Look, I know we usually try to keep our feet on the ground and our calendars color-coded, but the universe just pulled the rug out from under us and replaced it with a literal cloud. Mercury has officially floated into Pisces, and honey, the rational part of our brains just checked out for a long weekend at a silent retreat. If you felt like you're trying to think through a vat of lavender-scented syrup, or if you spent the last hour contemplating the void instead of doing your taxes, don't panic. You're not losing it, you're just vibrating on a different frequency. The theme? The Great Cosmic Dissolve. We're moving out of the let's analyze everything until it bleeds energy and into a space where logic is basically a foreign language. Mercury usually loves a good spreadsheet, but in Pisces, it wants to write a symphony or cry at a sunset. Your mind is currently a sponge, not a calculator. You're going to be absorbing vibes, catching synchronicities like Pokemon, and realizing that sometimes a hunch is more accurate than a 50-page report. But here's the shadow side. There is always a shadow side. Watch out for the Pisces slip. It's that slippery slope where you avoid hard truths because they feel too aggressive, or you get so lost in the what ifs that you forget to, eat lunch. Reality is a bit blurry right now, so double check those flight times and don't let a vibe talk you into a bad investment. Here's where Mercury in Pisces is currently redecorating your life. Be sure to listen for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus to see which house is getting the mystical makeover and where you should be leaning in. Aries, you should be leaning into your 12th house, the unconscious. You're the warrior, but right now your battle is internal. Your dreams are loud and your spidey sense is tingling. Stop trying to do and start trying to be. You need to focus on solitude and soul searching. Taurus, you need to lean into your 11th house of community and hopes. Your social circle is turning into a psychic network. You're feeling the collective weight, but you're also seeing who truly aligns with your spirit. You need to focus on soul connections and big picture dreaming. Gemini, you need to lean into your 10th house of career and public image. You're usually the fast talker, but right now, your silence carries more weight. Trust your creative vision at work, even if it feels illogical. You need to focus on intuitive leadership and manifesting your calling. Cancer, you need to lean into your 9th house of higher learning and travel. You're craving more than just facts. You want wisdom. Whether it's an actual trip or a deep dive into new philosophy, follow the spark. You need to focus on spiritual expansion and seeking truth. Leo, you need to lean into your 8th house of transformation and shared resources. Things are getting deep and a little bit ghostly. Trust your gut with finances and intimacy. If the energy feels off, guess what? It's off. You need to focus on emotional honesty and clearing karmic debt. Virgo, you need to lean into your 7th house of partnerships. Your analytical mind wants to solve your relationships. Newsflash, love, you cannot. Stop looking for the manual and just feel the connection. You need to focus on compassionate listening and releasing expectations. Libra, you need to lean into your 6th house of health and work. Your body is talking to you in symbols. If you're tired, it's not a weakness, it's a message. Your daily routine needs more sacred pause and less grind. You need to focus on your mind-body connection and the flow state working. Scorpio, you need to lean into your 5th house of creativity and joy. You are the muse right now. Don't worry if your art doesn't make sense to others. It makes sense to the universe. You need to focus on romanticizing your life and pure, unadulterated play. Sagittarius, you need to lean into your 4th house of home and family. Your sanctuary is where the magic is happening. You might feel nostalgic or sensitive to be the vibe set for your house. Cleanse the space. You need to focus on ancestral healing and creating a soulful nest. Capricorn, you need to lean into your 3rd house of communication and siblings. You're the master of the business email, yes, but try writing a love letter. Your words have a poetic power right now that can heal old wounds. You need to focus on softening your speech and trusting your inner voice. Aquarius, you need to lean into your 2nd house of values and finances. Money feels a bit like monopoly money right now. Be careful with retail therapy used to fill a spiritual hole. You need to focus on recognizing your inherent worth and non-material abundance. And lastly, Pisces. You need to lean into your first house of self and identity. Mercury is in your house, and honestly, you've never felt more understood by the stars. Your mind and your soul are finally holding hands. You need to focus on authenticity and letting your inner light be your compass. Mercury in Pisces, because sometimes I just feel it, is a complete sentence. We're officially trading logic for lyrics and spreadsheets for soul searching. Don't mind me though. I'm just over here downloading cosmic data and ignoring my alarm clock.